And action! Welcome back to another episode of Rip Through Podcast. It is episode 30, preview and review, but preview round, what are we? 17. Reviewing round 16. Mate!
It's flying through.
We've got some great news. We're not going to disclose it just yet, but we've got some good news.
Good news.
Sort of good news. It's happy morning. We're
on
the way to making this full time.
It's a good start to our day. Yeah. Anyway,
it's on the way to becoming full timers, which I already am, but I just want to get Matho involved in that.
Yeah. But it's been a good start to our day, and let's recap what the weekend was. What was it for you, Robbo? Are you starting to show your age a bit?
I am. No. Well, I'm reoccurring hamstring problem.
Is it the hammy?
I don't know if it is because you shouldn't be able to run out of game.
You sent me some damning footage.
Yeah, a few snipers out there just targeting blokes between.
Still kicked the goal, but you went from extremely fast to nearly getting caught very quickly.
Yeah. But no, the back's done. I'm absolutely cooked. Thank God it's my last game of the year. And now I've just got a couple of exhibition things happening, and mate, I'm just going to sail off into the sunset. I think I'm done.
So where did you go?
I went down to Broken Hill, which is country New South Wales. Never heard of it in my life. Tex Walker's from there, Jeremy Finlayson, Isaac Cumming, Dean Solomon from back in the day, and there was another dude, but I can't remember. I got bad memory. But it was, honest to God, I could live there. It's the best country town I've ever been.
Really?
Yeah, it was awesome. Really good place, great people. They had everything, but it's just like the pub was good. I went to a nightclub for 10 minutes and then got the fuck out of there. Was
it pumping?
It was, yeah. It was no one there. We got there at like 12:31, and then I reckon within 10 minutes it was just packed. And Robbo, photo. And I was like, no, I'm getting the fuck. I'm going.
Yeah, because you're not big on the piss anymore.
I don't.
We know that.
It was the first time I've I had about probably 12, 13 beers at the clubhouse doing the sponsors night.
Well, yeah, it's a fair.
So for me, it's massive. No, now it is. That's warm up.
Not even touching the sides for us back in the
warm
day.
Up. But no, I had a great time down there. I'm thoroughly grateful for that club, and we got the W. I had about 30, 40 touches and a couple of snags.
Yeah,
but
good.
The main thing was the win.
One was a massive snag that we've all seen on socials. Yeah,
55,
that's AFL standard and some. But how many teams in that competition?
Four, which is crazy to me. I thought there's going to be teams from outer suburbs coming in. Nah, it's just the 4 teams.
So imagine rotating every 3 weeks playing the same team. Then when finals come around, you're playing them back to back. You're getting one scrap with a guy. You got to see him again in a couple of weeks. So how did their finals? Everyone play finals?
Top 4 play finals.
So they all play?
Yeah, they do now. So a team's won it from 4th.
Yeah, so you can't really miss.
There's 2 teams in top 2. I think it's North and South maybe. They're the best.
Yeah.
And then because they get the most money, and the rest they just get scraps.
So even though you had the worst season ever, how'd you go, mate? Yeah, we still played finals.
Exactly.
So
it used to be top 3 played.
Yeah, so everyone's
so if you came 4th, you just missed out on finals.
So everyone's playing finals now. Wow. They'd all be best mates in that league probably.
Oh, I don't know. Either that or I hate them. I think that they're really passionate, man. If you play for a team, they don't like you. And some people chop and change and they go through that, and it's full on. But great place. Shout out to Broken Hill. They got
nice.
Amazing.
Well, I'm glad you're finished up because
now we can just go.
I need his body to stay intact for this show, everybody.
We're good to go, mate. We're good to go. I'm heavily focused on potty for the second half of the year.
Yeah, good.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah?
Yeah. And then
8 rounds and then finals.
So
then finals. Jeez, we'll get to work.
Yeah, it's going to be busy now.
You got me fully engaged.
I finally got him. The text messages will stop coming. But no, they won't.
They're going to keep coming. We're ready to do another one, mate. We'll do another one. But yeah, how was your weekend? What'd you do while I was away?
It was good. I actually watched a bit of AFL this weekend. Went back to the grassroots.
Wow, who played?
Went down to the Gold Coast.
Mm-hmm. Tommy Fulf.
Yeah, Tommy Fulton was playing down there, Melbourne versus the Suns. So it was a good morning. Went down there for brecce and then picked him up, drove him back to Brizzy.
And how is Odd Fuller? He was in another team for a couple of weeks there. About 3-4
he
weeks.
kicked the first couple and then did his thing. They got rolled. But picked him up, drove down the coast, and we caught up with a couple of old teammates from the Brizzy Lions.
Who?
Went out for dinner. There was about 6 of us. McCluggage, Hitwood, Rayner, Bailey, myself, and
I wouldn't have got invited anyway.
I had a spare seat for you, man.
I think you did say you got. I
did. So
Judy Coles, but it was a big night. Good night.
Nah, not a big night. It was a good night. It was a big night for some of those boys.
They're still on a bye week, so they got training.
It wasn't actually. Fuller was home by 12 o'clock, so it was a quiet night.
That's too good.
Yeah, it's too good. So early dinner and bed. So
where'd you have for dinner? A nice spot?
Yeah, SK Steak and Oyster. Shout out to those guys.
Up here?
My favourite in Brizzy. Drove him back down. So no, it was a good weekend and obviously shifted some tin. I'm getting myself ready for World War III. That's coming.
If you haven't seen the work he's putting in the gym, he was doing 160 for 3?
I did 160 for 3 flat bench.
That's crazy.
And then 140
incline
for 4 on the incline.
If you don't know, incline compared to flat bench is the hardest adjustment known to man.
Oh, it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, it's just working. You're working the same muscle, but different areas of it.
Different areas, and you're a bit more upright, so it's a bit more overhead. Yeah, you're not pushing up against anything.
When I saw that, I was like, that guy's...
That was a good milestone for me to tick off that one. So I was pretty happy with that one. But yeah, other than that, my weekend was pretty good.
Yeah, I love that. Did you watch any footy, AFL?
Yeah, watch a bit of AFL. Obviously, Carlton, the pressure cooker game.
I haven't watched that.
Yeah, so...
Yeah. I watched the Swans and Doggies they played.
Yep, that was a ripper too.
Yeah. And we'll talk about the turf later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Goodness gracious, there's been uproar about that.
And then a couple of games on Sunday with the boys over a barbecue, which was
nice.
At
Rainers, was it?
Yeah, at Rainers.
Yeah, nice.
With the UFC on. So it was a good weekend.
All right, well, this is filmed on a Wednesday at 1:30. So let's get stuck into it, mate. Ladder after round 16. Not much change, which is nice to see, but it's still pretty...
Because the bloody buys.
Yeah, the buys. So, but they're done.
They're done.
Buys are done. We can now focus on who's playing, where people sit, yada, yada. The back end of the year is going to be muy bien.
Perfect.
Mucho muy bien. It's going to be very good. All right, we got the Pies in first, Brizzy second, Adelaide third, Geelong fourth, Hawthorn fifth, Fremantle sixth, Western Bulldogs seventh, Gold Coast is sitting in 8, and that rounds that off. The bottom 9, Matho, who we got?
We got the Giants sitting in 9th. Probably too good to be sitting there.
Yeah, the Bulldogs now, aren't they?
Yeah, the Bulldogs. I mean, the 8 is looking pretty well like you'd imagine that 8, but who's going to come out? So
they got Eagles,
you got Port in 10th, who have made a sneaky move. Mm-hmm. They're just hanging around, like we said.
Just hanging around.
Carlton in 11th, Sydney in 12th, Essendon 13th, Melbourne in 14th, St Kilda in 15th, North Melbourne in 16th, Richmond in 17th. To round us off again, Eagles still sitting down at 18th.
So they're going to win the Woodard and Spoon, right?
You would imagine.
So they got 1 win on the board, and Richmond on 3 wins.
Yes. Yeah, you would imagine.
Now they lose the player who wasn't doing much for them anyway, but Tom Lynch is out. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
So that's not good for them.
That's not good for Richmond. Because, they've been competitive and they've been around at some games, but...
Like when you walk out with someone like Tom Lynch, regardless of the shit he does, you feel like, okay, we can actually win this game.
It's a little bit of hope, isn't it?
He can turn it on.
Yeah,
he can kick back.
It gives you hope.
You don't have him, what have you got?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's a bit of a punch in the where. So that is the ladder after round 16, and I dare say there might be a shift after this week. I love that we can do that. But let's have a look at this real quick. I saw it on Fox Footy's socials. It's a projected ladder for the finals. It's the run home pretty much. So they've predicted.
Yeah.
And they've done the X's
I don't really like predictions.
No,
though.
they're stupid.
They
mean nothing.
Because like the other week, everyone
AI.
predicted that Brisbane weren't going to beat Geelong, and that sort of stuffed the ladder up a little bit.
You predicted it though.
I did. Just because I'm biased, but...
Yeah. No, you said it wasn't a
bias. But I don't like it, but let's go with it anyway.
Yeah. So the first qualifying final is... Collingwood versus Lions at the MCG. Now, I'm guessing they're 1 and 2. First elimination final is Bulldogs versus Fremantle at the MCG. Second elimination final, we have Gold Coast versus Hawthorn. Second qualifying final is Cats and Adelaide. So, as you can see from this image that I'm putting on the screen now, not in real time, but that's the top 8.
Yeah.
I'd be happy with that top 8.
That's a very good top 8.
GWS miss out, obviously.
Well, someone has to miss. So right now, as it sits, that's a good top 8 and some good games.
Yeah, so Fremantle get in. They sit on 8th, and then apparently GWS are 9th. 10th is Sydney, so they got close. Port finish 11th.
Yeah, so that's with the projected ladder.
Yeah, that's brought to you by Fox Footy.
And Carlton sit 12th. I wouldn't be surprised with Carlton's run home if they drop even lower.
No, my projected final ladder position for them is possibly 14th, 15th.
Yeah.
Like maybe
from 12 to 15.
Yeah. Because they've got a shocking run home.
Well, they've got a hard run home.
So they've got this week Collingwood, who are on top of the ladder.
Yep.
Lions, who are second on the ladder.
Yes.
They play
Melbourne,
which Demons, who aren't easy beats.
Well, if they turn up, we know what they're like.
And then the Hawks.
And then I think it goes into something like
Port or something.
Fremantle.
Yeah, Fremantle, exactly, who are top 8, and then Port.
And then Port, who just smacked them this week.
Good luck, Carlton, and if you're still there by the end of the year, better luck to you. That is some shit going on. Now, from the weekend, mate, there's been some talking points.
Oh, there's been some big stories.
And I did these notes the other day, so I was on the plane home from
you did a very good job.
Holding the ball is currently in the discussion again, and it's just solidifying what everyone's saying. It's horrid. It's looking the worst I've ever seen it. I don't know. I can tell the local footy umpires don't know, because what is constituted as holding the ball? Don't know. Here's one example. This is all you need to see for the viewers at home and listeners. this is what is going on.
Because
right
I'm
now.
not going to comment on it because I actually don't know. So we'll let them comment.
Yeah.
Paul, he was thinking how he was going to dispose of it, and he turns tackler on Long, and he does a mighty good job. Gee, the umpire gave him a lot of time to get rid of the football.
That was almost a superstar tax.
It's the opposite.
Yeah.
It is bad. There's 4 umpires brought into the game. Not one could get that right. That's the first one's holding the ball. The wayward handball, and then bloody Baker picks it up. No prior, gets pinned.
Holding the ball.
Ridiculous. That just sums up the whole year. And we can umpire bash, we can do all this, but it just comes down from above them too. Like, I don't think they bloody know.
I think they're struggling. And
They don't know.
we thought adding a 4th one would make it better. I
Made
think
it
it's
worse.
gotten worse.
I think it's got worse.
We've just gotten worse.
Willy-nilly free kicks, like, don't make sense off the ball. No one cares about that.
We've seen Kane Corns talking about the stand rule. Now, that is out of control.
That is fair. I hated that rule
The
from
stand
day
rule
one.
is gone. We need to leave it. It's got to go.
You put on the players early days to learn, and Zorko spoke. I like seeing him on that position.
Oh, Zorks is a gun, isn't he?
Really good. That's
He's-
why I've been waiting for him to retire and get him on as a third.
Oh, let's contract
Right,
him.
he's a radio type person.
Oh, he's a gun.
He's really good.
He's a gun, but I think he's going to move on to bigger and better things.
Nah,
But hey, you don't know where we'll
he
end
will
up.
still out. He'll go into that stuff, but
Yeah.
he will be probably like the next best. I don't know about commentating, but like media personnel.
Oh, he's good.
And he's not doesn't talk smack. He talks facts.
Yeah, I like him.
Which
he's
I
good.
appreciate.
He's very good.
But yeah, I think the stand rule is poo. When it got brought in, we were like, why is this even a rule? We're like, players should have an opinion on what comes in. AFL Players Association should get told, okay, this is a rule. I think they do. Okay, we're bringing these rules. Let the vote go to the players.
Yeah.
That's a dumb rule. We don't care. Like, we liked being able to like move around and put them off and stuff, and now we just got to stand still and let blokes run around us and kick a goal from 55 metres out.
Yeah.
You can't do anything. The whistle's always late. You can't move off. If you go off by a couple of metres, guess what? You're giving away.
It's crazy.
A 50-metre penalty.
Even the protected zone,
that was so
it needs
dumb.
some work.
I
Like,
feel like that's not even in the
I
equation
seen
anymore.
Zorko give away a 50 against Geelong,
Oh, really?
mate, and he was
He's not going to impede the guy's kick it away.
not at all,
Oh,
and he wasn't even looking at the guy kicking the footy.
Yeah.
They blew the whistle, and I mean, he wouldn't have even thought it was against him.
Yeah, I can't have it.
And Geelong go kick a goal.
Yeah.
Like these are hurting teams.
You can't take it out now, but end of the year, I dare say that's getting thrown out the window.
Oh, they've got to.
Because what's it doing?
It's a
what
big,
was it brought in for?
It's a big off season. I don't know.
They've obviously done some AI shit, and they're going, okay, this is going to help speed the game up.
Yeah, nah.
Nope.
It's a
made you guys
big
look
issue for the game right now,
Yeah.
and they're going to have a big off season with all these rules.
Now,
and
let
that's
me-
all I want to say about it because I don't know.
I don't know what holding
I don't
ball
know
is.
anymore.
All right, so now this is another one that's scratching people's heads left, right, and centre, and it's actually kind of glaring, but why do people care so much? It is the SCG surface. Now, Coach Longmuir has come out and said, the AFL approached Fremantle and we're looking into turf issue with players in Friday's night's clash between the Western Bulldogs and Sydney struggling to keep their feet on the surface that has been described as unacceptable. He said, I went there on Friday night. I thought at times it was unsafe to play on. We can't put players out there and risk their safety. The ground's not right. And I thought it was a bit unsafe the other night, especially down the left-hand side, which is the wing, obviously. Then he goes on to say, so if the AFL deem it's safe to play, we'll play. And I won't speak another moment of it. But I thought it was unsafe the other night. Now, what's old Toby Green come out and done?
Well, I think for his own safety, he's chucked on the metal stompers.
100%.
And
Now,
what-
we'll talk about this morning.
Yeah, and what's your thoughts around chucking on them?
Don't wear them. The
No?
coach is always up ya saying, oh, I hope you brought your studs, hope you brought your long studs, all this kind of
Yeah.
stuff. I don't think they mean metal, but when I first started playing AFL, screw-ins were a thing. And we would get baked if we didn't wear them.
Yeah.
Like, you'd be like, if you slip over, you're getting sprayed. So I understand that, but I don't even know who makes screw-ins anymore, and why would you have
Yeah,
them?
I don't know even know if they do them, but
Yeah.
the
So
thing
at
is,
home, they're illegal. You can't wear them. The AFL sent out a memo
yeah,
saying, hey,
probably like
don't wear 'em.
2019 or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
2020. It was.
But
a
even
while ago.
recently, I think they sent another one
Another
saying,
one. But in Toby Green's defence, the ground,
Yeah, okay. It's shit.
It
looked
is
horrible.
shocking.
It looked horrible.
So for his own safety, is he allowed to take that measure? And
I would take him to court. I
because
think they had a concert on that week at the ground or
Yeah,
something, and
yeah.
it looked horrible.
yeah, it was horrible.
Why?
But for his own safety and measures, I think he thought, I'll wear these studs because this is not good enough. And
Yeah.
40, what is it? The fine's 40K. Him to miss the rest of the season is going to cost GWS a lot more if he had got injured.
Well, when did they play there? They played there, I don't even know when. Ages ago, I'm guessing.
But what we seen was ridiculous the other night.
It was slipping over left, right, and centre.
It was an ice skating ring.
You know what it reminded me of? Early days at Marvel.
It was like that?
It looked like that because I remember at Marvel Stadium, we were slipping over because it was concrete underneath the grass.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it was
it's
slipping
very
and sliding.
hard, very hard.
It was really bad. But the best thing is, the SCG have brought in their grass experts all the way from somewhere. Apparently, he's the best in the world, and he's coming there to figure it out. But if the AFL say, hey, it's sweet, play on it, stop whinging, you just play on it.
Yeah, I understand that.
Well, who cares?
But then, if you're a player
you get
and you get injured, how dirty would you be, Robbo?
Yeah. Well, didn't Michael Close do it on the AstroTurf one time at
Yeah,
Marvel?
yeah,
and he sued him and got money?
I think so, yes.
Maybe go for
so let's talk about this. You're playing there this week, Freo versus Sydney.
Yeah.
You're a player and you get injured.
Yeah. In a non-contact and just turn movement?
Just in this and slip up. After all this has come out, how are you handling it?
Now it's come out, I'd be probably kicking up a stink. Before that, if it was like deemed safe to play on, I wouldn't give a shit. I'd be like, okay,
so
this is
they
my
need to
fault.
do something for the player safety.
If it's that bad, it just looks bad. It might be fine.
Okay.
You know, like, I don't know. I'm not a fucking grass. I don't go.
No, I'm not either.
Grass
But
like Matty Rao. I'm just saying.
But now that it's come out,
if they're saying it's good to play on, you're just slipping over a little bit because it's the grass or we had something on there. Just get on with it.
Oh, yeah. Well, if Freo come out and a player gets injured, you'd be pretty dirty, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like everyone's kicking up a stink. Like, shut up and just play footy. Like,
I don't know.
You're all a bunch of like, oh, we need the best of the best. No. Try being a local footy player. There was bloody divot holes bigger than
They will be one day.
No, yeah. Well, they won't. They'll be like, hey, the SEG, best thing ever compared to what I played on the weekend.
Yeah, okay.
So,
but
stop being bloody kissed on the end and get on with it.
Yeah, I know. But this is their careers.
Yeah, that's true.
This is their career.
That's very true. I'll take that back. But yeah, I don't know. It feels like everyone's suddenly caring. Where were they when the Marvels sucked?
Yeah.
Like, blokes literally got injured on that. So, I don't know. Get on with it or just fix it. Like, SEG, don't have bloody concerts on it during the week of a game.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
there
you've
you
got
go.
so many other avenues.
Yeah, there you go.
That's stupid.
Don't do that.
No, don't do that.
Don't do that.
That's on the SEG.
You play more footy games throughout the year than one bloody concert.
How hungry?
So,
I don't even know who this artist was.
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, I was just doing some research, and this is the first time I've done research, and I'm like, oh, this is actually pretty cool.
I like seeing you do this because it means you're getting into it a bit.
Yeah, this was the other day. So I was looking at it, and you know I love tackles. That's like my bread and butter. I froth on them.
Yeah, you loved it.
Doesn't matter how you get them, and a lot of people get cheapies by just jumping in on a tackle and taking that as a tackle. Tommy Atkins might break a record, and no one's speaking about it. Like, gun player, is he good?
Yeah, he's good.
Like, how good?
Like, very valuable for Geelong, what he offers.
What letter is he?
What do you mean, what letter?
A graders, B grade.
Oh, nah, he'd be high B.
Tagger?
Yeah, like, does a job, but gets his own footy, tough.
Oh, Rob is like a me.
Yeah, sort of, yeah, you know.
Okay, sweet. The bloke is currently sitting on 141 tackles, which is an average of 9.4.
Well, there's some value right there for you.
That is monstrous.
There's some value right there for you. Speaks enough, doesn't it?
They're numbers.
Yeah.
They're like, if you're averaging 10 a game, I had a spurt in 2015 or something like that, where I was getting like 10 a game over a 5-week block. There's no way in hell can you get 10 every week.
No.
That's numbers.
So put it this way, if you get 10 a game, when you're in with your line coach and stuff, that gets brought up. You get pumped up.
Yeah. You win awards. You're winning awards.
You're winning
Players
awards.
Player, most courageous.
Hey, look at this. He did this. He had 10 tackles. He's doing all the nitty-gritty stuff. That's
Fantasy
always
goes
getting
through the
brought
roof.
up. This guy, he can't be getting every week, can he?
So Scotty Selwood broke that record or set the record in 2011 with 202. 8.8 average.
Wow.
8.08. So
Is that including finals?
I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, that's not home
So,
and away.
well,
Records don't stand for home and away.
Yeah, so Tom Atkins is going to be playing finals anyway.
If he keeps this going, he's going to break the record.
Yes.
Which is, I thought that the tackle was dead, obviously, for not this bloke.
No.
Now, there's a few blokes underneath him, which is great. But Tommy Atkins, keep tackling, mate. I love that shit. If you break the record, I broke it first. I'm breaking the news to everybody. Hey, jump on this guy. He might break a record. All right, you know what time it is. It's our favourite segment of the week, and it is Joe asks. He wants to know, hey, Matho and Robbo, is Max Gawn the best ruckman ever? Before you answer, he has to his name right this minute 216 contested possessions. Amazing. He's averaging 14.4 of those. The next best is Sarong and Tom Green with 208. He's averaging 21.1 disposals, which is elite for his category. Clearances, 5.7 elite. 37.1 hitouts, 114.8 fantasy. He's the competition's leader. Now, he's been doing this for ages.
Yes.
Like, since I can remember.
Yeah, well, that's...
He started out shit, played a lot of VFL, in and out of the team, and then just went from 1 year...
Smoking
boom,
darts after training.
And then boom, he's played every game. Is he the best ever? Now, I don't want to hear the back in the day is like
Nah,
Polly Farmer.
I'm just gonna
like all that stuff.
for everyone. I'm not gonna put the nerd hat on, or whatever.
I don't want to hear about the old players because different times.
Once he retires, he'll be the best ever,
Love that. I agree.
and it'll be as simple as that.
I agree. He's been doing it for so long.
I'm not matching up errors. I'm not matching up players, awards. I'm just saying what he is given and what he has done.
Yeah.
He will be the best ever.
I think he's got like 6 jackets and stats.
He'll be the new guy to chase for the ruckman.
Yeah.
If you want to be the best ever.
I agree with that.
So-
and he's just done it all.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I love the bloke. I love the way he plays his footy too. Like
He's got a
and
premiership.
His personality is good.
Like,
He's
and
a good bloke.
His resume is stacking
deep
up.
as they go.
Like, it's really
Deep as your
deep. So,
bum.
but I don't want to talk about that. I just want to talk about what we've seen and what he gives. He'll probably be the best ever.
Yeah. I know. I agree.
Well, to this point, yeah.
If you are listening or watching, comment who you think is better. And if you've got to go back to the 1960s or 70s, that ain't it, brother. I don't want to hear that one. Like, give me something else. Jimmy Signs, was he ruck?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, and like he's.
So,
yeah,
I didn't watch him play, but I've heard.
Well, he's won a Brownlow.
I've heard.
But
I've
I'm
heard
just.
rumors.
Yeah. Well, I
Rest in peace.
think, when Max is done, he will have surpassed.
Sandlands was pretty damn good.
He was good, but I just think what
Dean
Max.
Cox.
Max, yeah, good. There's always been good.
That's right. Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying. I'm just
but
trying to
I
throw
think
names around there.
right now, once he's done, we'll say he was the best.
He's the modern best.
Yeah.
In my words. In my opinion.
So-
All right, Matho, I've got a little test for you because you claim to be a full-blown Nuffie, right? I've got a test for you, and this is while I was doing my stats. I was just looking through everything, and I was like, I wonder if Matho knows this. And I don't have it in front of me, but I'm about to get it.
I don't
Now-
really know the stats so well.
No, you know this. It's just the top 10. I want to know if you know the top 10 leading goal kickers right now in the AFL.
Oh, right.
Now, you can say the names. They don't have to be in order, I get. Let's do that.
All right. Can I start in order until I stuff up?
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So this is Matho's test, his general knowledge. List me the top 10 current AFL goal kickers in the 2025 Premiership. Go.
So I'll go starting off with Jeremy Cameron,
Yep.
Jesse Hogan,
Yep.
Ben King,
Yep.
and then
He's tied with the next guy.
so equal third, is it?
Mm-hmm. Well, this guy will be fourth, but he's same goals.
Same goals. Is he a small forward?
No.
No, he's not. So is it Riley Thilthorpe?
No.
No. He would be in the top 10 though.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's Mitch Georgiadis.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, that's it.
I always forget about him. Port, whatever.
Yeah. Number 5.
Number 5, Jamie Elliott.
Yep. Number 6.
6.
Old dog.
Old boy. Is he?
Yeah. You like him.
Number 6.
You like him. I'd even go close. Close how you play with him.
I've played with him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how can I
Bruh.
be?
We've talked about him so many times.
How
on
could
this.
I be getting this wrong?
He's kicked like bags recently out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. No, Logan Morris.
No.
Not old, is he?
Number 6. Yes, this guy's old.
Hang on, let me
Old, you've played with him. He's been kicking bags galore last 3 or 4 weeks. And you're like, wow.
Oh, Jack Gunston.
Yeah,
Yeah,
number 6, Jack
yeah.
Gunston.
Sorry, that threw me off because I only had 1 year.
You still play with him?
yeah.
Number 7.
Number 7, Logan Morris.
No.
Riley Thilthorpe.
No.
Jack Higgins.
No. Yeah, you're so close. You just said all the right names, but different orders. Number 7 on the season 2025 leading goal kicker so far. You should know this one, but like he's a random. He's not even a random. He's a big name, but he's in a shit team.
Oh, Nick Larkey.
Yep, Nick Larkey. Number 8.
Number 8, Logan Morris.
No.
Riley Thilthorpe.
Yes. Number 9.
No.
You see his name before?
Jack Higgins.
Yes. Number 10.
Logan Morris.
Yes.
Is
Good
he,
job.
Is he sitting 10th?
Number 10. That's why I did this. I wanted to see where he's at because I was doing some.
Yeah, right.
Because we're interviewing him on Friday, so I was like, I want to know.
I thought
where
he
he's at.
might have been a
He's sitting 10th
bit
with 30 snags.
higher than that.
30 snags. It's a really close from 10th to 6.
Has that been refreshed after this weekend? It has, hasn't it?
Well, I'd hope so.
Yeah, because Gunston kicked 7, so he would have gone past
He
him. So
shot
I
up,
looked
yeah.
at it a bit earlier, so I did have my head on.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
anyway, I got them all,
You got them all?
except
Did you throw any names in there that's not in there?
no.
Okay, so you got them all.
I didn't throw anyone that wasn't in there.
A little bit of help here and there.
Gunston threw me out.
You shouldn't have, though.
And it shouldn't have.
Because we've been talking about him lots
Yes, we
lately,
have,
and he's
we
been
have.
kicking goals, and he's old as shit.
Yeah,
Played 1
and
year with him.
he's killing it. So
Oh, yeah, I just want to give
Yes,
a shout out
that
to
was-
Logan Morris.
that was good.
He's 10th, which is nuts. Second year of footy, premiership under his, you know what, already.
Yeah,
Sitting 10th in the Coleman.
yeah. And we
The
might have
fuck?
something special coming for you guys
Who
around
cares?
this guy.
Tell him. We are doing an interview with him on Friday. We're having him on Rip Through a podcast. We're going to be having a chat. Everyone wants to know, how'd you go to 31? Why am I in your top
He was
3.
hey, this is the Macca's guy. This is the Macca's guy winning
Might get him
flags.
a little, sponsorship with Macca's. I don't know.
Let's go.
But
So,
that is. I'm excited for that. We're going back to back with good guess.
yes.
Okay, let's. Do you want to review some games?
Yeah,
Let's start off with my old mob, who took on Port Adelaide over there. Most probably watched game of the round, I'd say. They got shit mixed.
Yep. Did you see that coming?
No, not that bad. We spoke about it could be a bad loss, but I didn't like the score at halftime, or was it the break or halftime? 52-6.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I didn't see it coming like that either.
That is bad. After the week and your coach has been...
Yeah.
See, this is where everyone gets their opinion saying they don't play for their coach.
Yeah.
If you don't go out there and put more than 110% effort in, I know it's not physically possible, but if you don't, do you actually want him there?
That wasn't... That on the weekend had nothing to do with Voss.
So here's Vossi's face. And the baggers, they're just gone...
Oh, don't tell me they got the Hock Tour girl. And
They got
did
the
that.
Hock Tour.
Oh,
No.
mate.
No. I'm just saying that's what they did.
Yeah, they got Haley Welch and went Hock Tour on
Bradley
Vossi.
Welch.
So
That is as bad as a...
that has nothing to do with Vossi.
But it's as bad as a performance as you need to show for someone who's getting
Yeah,
at the moment.
yeah. So
Okay, can I ask you this?
Yes.
Just because it's coming on the top of my head. If your captain is having his stinker season and he's having a bad game and the media are into him hard as for a week saying, he needs to stop being captain, he's shit, all this, do the players play better?
no,
I don't know. I reckon... Do the players try and make him better?
that yes, you'd
So
try to
that's-
help him. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like I'm trying to put it for a coach then. Would you... okay. It's hard because you have to get the guy involved in the game. You can't get Vossi.
Yeah, well, that's different in the game.
Vossi probably has to have 25 out
You
there.
can get him involved. Look for him.
Yeah.
Put blocks on.
I'd
Whatever.
play better for the captain because you're out there with him.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but what I'm saying for the weekend, like they've been under the pump. The coach is obviously under the pump, but that had nothing to do with the coach. That performance.
No, but you shouldn't you try harder? I know you.
Well,
I know you
would-
physically do go out there and try hard.
You would think
You don't not try hard.
for that 2 hours, all you're trying to do is win the game,
Yeah.
a game of footy.
Yeah.
So, and what?
Because I don't believe in you play harder for your coach. I don't think it's a thing. You can't.
No, I know. That's why I'm saying that game, their performance had nothing to do with coaching or whatever game plan they rolled out. They just got demolished.
It was when I checked my phone, look at the scores. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. So I don't know if playing Wiedering was the right thing because Georgiadis was turning inside out and was too quick.
He looked old.
He looked like his ankle wasn't right. I don't know. know. They looked like they were desperate to get players out there. So
the best players were obviously Georgiadis, Rosé, Butters, Bergman, Radaglia. Georgiadis kicks 5 snags, Rioli 3, Burn Jones 2, Bergman 2, and then a few other blokes kicking 1s. But was it really a Blues best? They got Hewitt, DeConing, Doherty, Haynes, Fantasia, Motlop. Like Fantasia kicked 2, and the rest are on 1s. What? And Cripps got in the best. Oh no, he got in the goal.
He kicked the goal. So I mean,
I don't know,
no Kerno kicking goals. It hurts you.
The graffiti, I'm all for it.
They deserve graffiti.
You deserve a graffiti. After that,
Yeah.
I think you deserve graffiti.
I think the graffiti
not
also,
targeted at Vostok.
No,
I'm saying
it wasn't. I think
it
they
up.
said leave Voss.
leave him there.
Yeah, because they had nothing like. They felt,
Get out of here, Vossi.
Yeah, like,
Because better for you.
better.
Yeah.
So no, that was horrible for a team that needed to respond.
didn't
50
even watch
points
it.
was not good
I
enough.
didn't even watch it. It should have been more than 50.
And let's say Port, they didn't win the week before either, and they're not having the best season. They're hanging around, but they've demolished Carlton by 50.
They're below them on the ladder.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the same spot. But let me just say this for a second. It was one of those games where we said, okay, it was Blues and Kangaroos. Yeah. And we said, okay, the Blues are going to be busted up and sore and stuff. And I said, yeah, okay, if that's the case, the Kangaroos will be busted up and sore too.
Yeah.
And then they go and get absolutely schlacked as well.
Yeah.
So that's my theory works. Like one team, if you're tipping and you thought Kangas, they won, they're going to put it to Hawks. No, they'll be sore too.
Yeah.
It takes 2 to tango.
It was a big effort by him that week.
But they've got
Carlton.
a hard run, the Blues, and it's going to be...
Yeah, it's
You
not.
can't not sack the bloke that's out there now. They've got 5 games that they probably won't win.
I just hate to see it.
I would hate-
I'm sitting here
man.
trying to put myself in Vossi's shoes, and it's just like, well, what do I do?
I
I've got to play Collingwood this week,
Yeah.
and then we've got to roll up, go to the Gabba, which they've beaten Brisbane at before.
Yeah.
They're competitive against the Lions, but
Yeah.
you got to play Brisbane at the Gabba, which is hard.
Yeah.
and then you're versing a number of top 8 teams in your run home. Like,
It's
are they booking their? Is it time to book the tickets for the overseas trip?
I don't think they're doing it. I think they're going to they're going to do massive review. Okay, we have somewhat of a list. It's not good enough. We've got injuries, cool, but not massive like season-defining injury. Well, that was at the start, but like they're getting the most back.
I mean, the AFL are predicting that they can still possibly play. I don't think they can possibly play at all.
Hell nah! They can possibly finish bottom of the ladder.
They got a glimmer of hope this week that AFL are saying if they can beat Collingwood.
That's just music.
I just don't think so.
They're just blowing the trumpet.
So let's move on from that because they've got a big game coming
Rest
up.
in peace, the Blue Baggers. I'm just going to say that. All right, the Swans and Doggies. We don't have to talk. We can talk about this a little bit. It was 96 to 105. The Doggies won by 9 points. Now that was
a good game.
pretty good
Sydney
game.
is starting to show a bit now.
Yeah,
And
that would have been a good win for them too.
Huge. And they pushed them. It was Bond's 250th.
Yeah.
So we had Mini Bond out there.
Who's the mini Bont?
Fraser.
He's good, man.
Yeah, he looks exactly the same. Moves like him. 21 and 4.
Yeah.
Isaac Heaney comes away with 20 and 5, I think.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We said the Swans, it's over for them.
It's been over for years, mate.
Yeah.
They're done. Like,
It's just getting too hard.
it would be cool to see them like get close,
Make a burst.
like make the season a bit more positive.
Make a burst for it. They're a team that deserves a burst for it.
I would like a everyone shitting their pants run home. It'd be cool, like to see like these 2 or 3 teams going on like a massive win streak, and then the top 8 teams are like,
Swans being one of them.
yeah. Big Grundy's put together a few weeks now of good footy. He finished with 107 fantasy, 43 hitouts, 23 disposals and a goal. Errol Goulden, he's
back.
He's back, which is good to see. He had 30 dozzies, most on the ground, 7 tackles.
In
Bramble, who's Bramble? I don't know.
Yeah, he come from the Box Hill VFL.
Good shit,
He's
Bramble.
starting to put a pretty good season together for
1
the
goal,
Doggies.
28. Bailey Dale does this every week. He's at 25. Riley Sanders apparently.
Mind
he's
you,
putting in
this is
work.
all on an ice skating ring.
It's not that
So
bad.
so
Jesus
it's good going.
Yeah, then you had the normal people like Blakey's had a few touches. The Fraser guys kicked 4 goals and 23 disposals.
Best on.
How old is he? He's not. He's 19. 19.
He's young, yeah.
He's like one of 3 or 4 players to have that like 4 goals plus 20
at
touches.
19 or something.
I think it was Dusty Martin, Harley Bennell, maybe Dangerous. I don't know. It might have been just those 3.
Yeah,
I don't know.
and him.
That's pretty good company. So if he's not just a one-hit wonder, he's not. He is. Let me just check his averages real quick. I just want to check. I just want to see what's up. He's averaging 20 disposals, 3.5 clearances, 10 handballs, a couple tackles. And it's his second year?
Yeah.
First year? I'm going to say his second year. If he's 19.
Pretty exciting, though.
It's amazing. They've picked that up from... good on yous. Bont did nothing, but he had a goal, which is better
And
than
he
Danger,
ticked off
better than
his
Danger did the week before.
250, so...
Yeah. So good on the Doggies. We know they're going to finish pretty high up in the AFL ladder this year, and it'll be fantastic to see them get to work in there because teams will poo their pants.
Yeah,
Mate,
big Sam Darcy.
yeah. Oh, man, he's so.
Yeah, he's so good.
Gee,
Let's just leave it at that.
He's great. All right, Suns v Demons. It was 104 to 85. 19-point winners was the Suns.
Late surge by the D's.
It was
Nearly got
close,
him.
yeah, it was close.
Nearly got him.
Yeah, that's 2 weeks in a row. That's
Yeah, so if you were playing against the Suns, you'd say just hang in there, boys.
Yeah.
They might give you a look.
Yeah. So I saw this. I didn't watch the game. I saw the stats after. I was just checking
Yeah.
my phone after my game.
Well, I watched it.
Jake Milksham,
Yeah.
5 goals, 6. 18 possessions. He turns 34 late August.
I mean, he could have kicked more than, half the people playing this year in one game.
That's crazy.
If he had a kick straight. 11
Crazy.
goals.
He reckons, I messaged him after and I said, that's great. Like, because we talk every now and then about boxing and stuff. I was like, that's great, mate. Love seeing him play well.
Yeah.
Like, love to see it. I was like, oh,
Come back from an
He goes,
ACL.
I could have had more. And I said, well, how bad was it? And he goes, pretty bad. Missed like a couple of easy ones. So I'll still take 5-6 any day of the week.
Any day of the week.
Are you signing him up again off that game? Because I did 30 touches and 4 goals against the GWS. I was out of contract. That was like probably round 13, round 14. Had the contract on my desk by the Monday.
Yep.
Does he get another one?
Give him another one.
Or is he going to hold out and go somewhere else?
No, give him another one. What do Melbourne have to lose?
No, nothing.
So give him another one.
If he's playing now, I don't think they've got anything depth-wise going to take his
Yeah,
spot.
and they're not in the finals. There's no real depth to push him out. So why not just sign him again if you can go around?
What happened to our mate Clary? Look at this photo. I'm going to put a photo up right here. Boom.
Busted.
Look at that. That is terrible job. Was it like a big split down here?
I don't know where it was actually split, but
'Cause that's a terrible tape job.
It's a lot. That's why I don't know because it's a lot everywhere. But
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Now, and another stat from this game, and I don't really care about the win and losers. Like Suns won, so that's great for us. Ed Langdon. We know he can running machine, can run all day. It's freaky. I had to play him in the final, and I saw it firsthand. I was like, God damn, this guy can run.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing to see. He has set the 5th most kilometres in a game.
Yep.
Now, I don't trust Tracker. Tracker's bullshit.
I know.
It's sometimes it's like
it's got
he's
people
done
up
50
like
kilometres
50
a game.
Ks,
Yeah, dumb stuff. He's run like 70 kilometres at sprint. He's done 17.7 kilometres in the game on the weekend.
Madness. I've never even got close to that.
I've done a 20k run, like post footy.
Yeah.
I couldn't walk. I had to walk the last 2Ks in the
Yeah, this guy's doing it for fun.
He's doing it for 7.7. And how many touches did he have? There he is. He's had 11 touches. So we used to tease boys.
He's run more Ks than he's
we
had
used to
touches.
tease boys
Yeah.
During our time in the system. If you had more kilometres than touch disposals, it's embarrassing.
It's not good.
He's done 17.7 for 11 touches, but
Huge.
The record's obviously by Scully. He has like the 3 top records, which is nuts.
I can give you something right now. If they let Harry Sharp play on a wing for the full game, the same amount of time as Ed Langdon played,
he'll beat that.
He'd beat Scully's record of 18.9.
Yeah.
And I have no doubt about it, he could get close to 20 or over.
If anyone gave a shit, I reckon do it.
Yeah, do it.
What, you know how we do the sprint challenge and stuff in Grand Final Day? Why
Yeah.
don't we do like a long distance run?
No, well, Sharpie's going to win it. He's the
It'd be
most
so cool to
impressive runner I have witnessed at
Blitzar's apparently better than him.
No way.
He said that to our face on FaceTime.
No.
Okay.
He-
I'll take your
no,
word
no,
for it.
no.
You're his mate. All right, that is that game. Did we have anything to talk about? All I wanted to give a shout out to Ben Long. I got him in the Mizunos. He's kicked the first goal of the last 2 games. As soon as he's got the Mizunos on, boom.
Get on him.
2 first
Mizuno.
goals. So why not put money on him this weekend if he's playing again?
If he's wearing
First
the
quarter,
Mizunos, get on him.
bang. And I've got a couple other boys trying them on, so stay tuned.
So
I love Mizunos.
So we had the Hawks versus North, 150 to 65. They belted him down in Tassie. And Jack Gunston really not showing his age at all, kicking 7 goals.
7 goals. What's he doing?
Making a claim to be All-Australian this year.
Now, they pumped him last year by about 70. 150 to 65 after what they just showed last week, the Kangas. Oh, maybe they did too much and they were sore and stuff themselves, or they got ahead of themselves. I don't know. I don't care. 23 goals.
I think we've got to still see performances like this from North.
23 goals?
Yeah.
Like, that's Brisbane of 2015.
Yeah, I
16,
know.
mate. That's not it.
I think we'll still see this in North's game. Every now and then they are improving, but yeah.
Like, he's kicked 5 still.
I know, it's pretty crazy.
Out of the 9. But they got
pretty
Chol, who's probably the most improved tall forward this year,
Yeah,
right?
the Charles Royce.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, that's what they're
pretty cool.
calling. I didn't make it up.
He's 11th on the ladder for goal kicking.
So that's handy.
Mate, where'd he come from? Richmond and where?
Suns.
And then here.
Yeah.
Journeyman. Love
Yep.
to see it.
Got it going.
Their forward line oozes I can kick goals.
Yes.
So you got Ramsden, don't know who that is. Nick Watson, he kicked 3, that little guy. He's so small.
Tiny.
Like, that's
one of his
miniature.
goals was sick though.
Was it?
Yeah.
He's so small.
Tiny. Miniature. He'd have to be
Yeah.
nearly smallest in the
I think
AFL.
Guinea's in there too. By far.
Or Caleb Daniel.
No, he's small. He looks small in Caleb
Whoa.
Daniel,
Yeah, he does look small.
which is bizarre.
He's miniature, bro.
So yeah, when he was standing next to someone, he was doing an interview on the photo, and I sent it to him. I was like,
Oh, no.
"Is he actually that small?" And you're like,
He's
"Yes, he
tiny,
is."
bro. My dumbbells are bigger than him.
But yeah, anything.
No offense. Great player.
No.
Great player. Wiz.
Love what he's doing. I'm just saying, like, damn.
Miniature.
Anything from that game? No, 85 points. That's bad.
Yeah, it's just bad. That's all it is. And that could have got the Hawks red hot going again.
Yeah. All right, we'll just get through the next few ones. We got Pies versus Eagles. It was 88 to 59. 29
Eagles
points.
gave them a little scare, but I don't think they were really that scared.
I was doing my sportsman's night, having a drink. Like halfway through the chat, I looked over at the big TV. It was like 50 something to 40 something, and the Eagles were up.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not that pissed. Amazing. Like,
Good.
even if just to be in that scenario,
they'll take that. That's
take that.
That's a win for them this
that's
year.
a win. First half win.
McGuire will be loving and showing that in their preview.
If you can win 2 quarters against the best team in the AFL, who potentially will be in the grand final,
They'll take
that's a
that.
positive that he will use. If
Yep.
he's got anything like Fags, we used to find positives out of nothing.
Out of nothing. Even if it was 1 quarter that we
One
won by
quarter.
a point.
And then at next year, be more like, hey, look at the quarters we're winning now. Like,
We didn't win the game, but we won 2 or 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
But Tom McCarthy, his first 2 games, 31 and 29 disposals.
bang.
Mate, welcome.
And then we go on
Welcome
to
to
another pumping at the MCG.
It was a round of
Tigers.
pumpings.
This
People
was
were watching a porno on the weekend.
Well, there was some king hitting, and the Crows king hit the Tigers, but
Yeah.
Let's talk about one of them.
That's horrible.
What are your thoughts? You called it. You called it this year.
Should I play it for him? I'll play it for him. I'm going to put it out later.
Well,
anyway.
everyone's seen it, but you can put it on here for a clip.
What's the most weeks suspension this year?
4 weeks from a tackle.
I'm
on
going to
this
say
podcast.
a random punch in the face by someone just get under his skin and gets punched in the face.
What, like an
5 to 6 weeks.
Andrew Gaff to Brayshaw type of setup?
Never know. Yeah, you never know. Punch in the face.
Okay.
It's going to be
I'm
5
saying-
to 6 weeks.
Mine's 4.
Tom Lynch has been banned for 5 matches, so
Biggest suspension of the year.
Somebody
Congratulations on
give
your
me a
prediction.
crystal
You
ball.
got it.
5 to 6 weeks striking. And
so-
that hadn't happened since Gaff.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I did-
Absolute dog shot. I don't care how angry you get. Like, I've hit blokes in the street like, okay, I'm a dog. On the footy field, broken a jaw before, it was a cheap shot, all this kind of shit.
Yeah.
So I can say what I see.
But
The guy had nothing.
and it was in the back of the head.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's worse. Back of the head. That's what I don't do back. Like, you can't punch people in the back of the head in UFC.
no.
It can
So
kill you.
5 weeks. That's not enough.
Fuck no.
Not
if you
enough.
see blokes getting done for 3 weeks for tackling to the ground and
Yeah.
unfortunately they hit their head and get
Paul
concussed.
Curtis gives you that one for 3 weeks.
What's a Archer? He got done 3 weeks?
Yeah.
What the fuck? How is he getting 5
You
weeks?
can roll out, King hit someone, get 5 weeks. If that's grand final and it's their best player,
I'm doing it.
You might as well
Give
do
me
it.
5.
Miss the next 5 at the start of the year.
I'll come back to training a month later than everyone else,
Yep.
but I won us the fucking game.
Exactly. So if you're going to dog shot someone, you know probably only going to get 5 weeks. Will you take that for a granny? Of course you will.
We're always for the players and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I'm not even mad at him for doing it. I'm mad at the tribunal. Because I
Yeah.
know for a fact that was me in playing days. I would have got 10 weeks minimum.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, you're getting more.
That is fucked that you only got 5 weeks of that.
That is fucked.
You get done nearly worse for football acts.
Yeah.
So,
For trying to do the right thing, you nearly get done worse.
oh my God.
That's not Tom
So-
Lynch's fault. I mean,
No, he would be like, oh, thank God, 5 weeks.
yeah.
Like, he probably needs some time off too because he looks like he's just over it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
So,
that was the end for him, I reckon. He's
Yeah.
like, nah, I'm done.
bang.
Fuck this.
No touches, 5
I've
free
given you
kicks
guys
against.
everything I can for how many years now since he crossed over from
He's
the Gold
got 2
Coast?
flags with him.
Yeah, he's done his work, and he's
Yeah.
like, I'm taking the best offender. I'm getting man-held within the rules.
Yeah.
Like, there's 4 umpires. They'll call if they see some shit.
Bang. Dog shot.
It's just Father Time. Father Time's tapped him on the shoulder and goes, hey.
Yeah. It all catches up with you in
It
the end,
happened to
doesn't
me.
it?
It's
So,
a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah.
But didn't look good. Tribunal.
It was better off like...
For someone who's been sued at the asses for concussion rules, you're going to let someone punch someone in the back of the head
and get
for 5 weeks.
But he was better off standing in front of him and giving him a jab.
just
That's a better look.
Just winding up too. Like, hey, mate.
Yeah. Look,
Bang!
that's a better look than
Do
what
that.
yeah, so
Barry Hall, shit house.
Yeah.
Don't mind the bloke. Shit house though. With Staker. Staker's known. He's from there too, from Broken Hill. He's known worldwide for that guy who got punched in the face. Not about anything about his footy ability, which is hard. That'd be hard for him.
That's hard.
And he's spoken publicly about,
Yeah.
this is my life now.
Yeah.
So, fuck. I don't know who's the guy? Some young defender.
But
Butts.
Yeah.
Oh, is that Butts?
yeah.
Yeah, well, shit. It's not good anyway.
It's not good. So
He's just doing his job, and then he cops a swift punch in the back
he's
of the
obviously
head.
doing a good job, man.
Doing a great
So,
job. But
well
yeah,
done,
I think he's Dunskies. I think Lynchy.
Yep.
If they give him another year or whatever it is, awesome. But he's on 1.7.
It's a
apparently.
lot of money.
1.7.
1.4, I reckon. I think
Yeah,
it
maybe
is.
1.4.
And because he was 1.7 with the new contract.
Oh
the
yeah,
most,
so he's on 1.4, and then
Yeah.
it was Ben Mackay, the next best, or most paid player.
so
for
he's
NFL.
laughing anyway.
He's laughing. He's like,
Lynch
oh,
is-
5 weeks, thank fuck. I don't have to get pumped every weekend.
Yeah, I don't have to have people grabbing me and whatever. So
Yeah, it'd be hard. Like, let me put myself in his shoes. You're a key forward. You just had all the success. You're getting bashed up by young kids who are coming in, and like you look silly.
and you're the main target.
You're
in
the
a
main
team that's
guy.
getting pumped.
Yeah, you're the main guy.
It's tough.
He's going to let his frustrations out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's not hitting the scoreboard. He's hitting Butsy in the head.
He's hitting Butsy and copping 5, but it is what it is. But 5 weeks not
Tribunal,
enough.
grow
So,
the fuck up.
and then we'll just move on to Freo versus Saints, the Ross Cup,
Yep.
81-69, 12-point winners.
Did it live up to the hype?
Not really. It was a pretty shocking game to watch.
Tracy's tackle, Tracy, whatever the hell his name is, how do you say it?
Yeah,
That was a lead. I
tough.
love that.
So-
And if his head hit the ground or whatever, it's a free kick against.
I know.
So that just makes me angry
I
thinking
know,
about it.
no,
But
don't think about
It
it.
took weeks for that tackle.
You honestly
Amazing
could.
in the game. Career-defining tackle. Not career-defining. he's a
So,
gun. Yeah, Darcy Wilson, this is another random one. I'm sick of I won't throw any more of these out. He's had 41 sprint efforts. He's got 3 out of the top 10 ever for sprint efforts. Now, I want to ask you, who the fuck is Darcy Wilson?
young kid.
Yep.
Going to be very good for St Kilda.
Yep.
I don't know a whole lot about him, but I know he's going to be a good player.
So, Kelly he was at, is he still playing? Kelly? No, the one who Adelaide then Essendon. Kelly.
Oh, yeah. I think he
He's still playing?
still is.
Who
yeah.
cares? What's his first name? Josh. Jake.
No.
Jake Kelly.
Jake Kelly, yeah.
Jake Kelly has the record with 51 sprints. B Hill has about 40 of the other ones. But yeah, Darcy Wilson's third and then eighth with 41 sprints. It's just a crazy stat. Like, that's 41 sprints.
That's good.
Boys are getting after it now.
Hard.
That's why
Game's evolving.
we can't play AFL.
I'm too big of a truck.
It's crazy
not made
what
for
they're
trucks,
doing.
so.
They're coming in as purebred bloody long distance sprinters and shit.
Well, that's what I mean. I don't think we're going to see players like Tom Hawkins and stuff
Never
anymore.
again.
Like that body shape and
Never
just
again.
bearing the square, like push it, and he's a good hit up lead. But now we're seeing real athletic, lanky
Yeah.
athletes.
Darcy liked.
Yeah, like that.
Probably Hogan's like the last one for them.
Yeah, you like look at the King.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
those type of
Just
like,
lank, just all arms, all legs.
It can run.
Yeah.
Like none of this mass.
No, you're not
no
getting
mass
anyone like
monsters
him.
anymore.
No, you're not getting the Stuart Lowe's. You're not getting the fucking pluggers anymore.
Like you
mate.
look at Jeremy Cameron, he's not a mass monster. He's a hit up on.
He could though if he wanted to. I reckon.
He's still a hit up on the lead.
Yeah,
and
he's a half forward.
his running capacity is good. So
Yeah, he's a
the
centre
mass
half forward.
monsters are dead.
They're dead, and it makes sense because you just got to be able to run these days.
Yeah.
But I reckon Hogan's probably the last bloke I can think of. Jesse Hogan's like
Yeah,
the,
even
who could
then,
be-
his
who could-
shape-
he could blow out though if you wanted to.
If he wanted to, even his shape then is still not as.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're dead.
All right. Yeah, they're dead. All right, let's preview round 17. Now, we have a couple good games coming up.
We
now,
do.
That weekend kind of sucked. It was full of blowouts.
And
too many
many
blowouts.
buys.
Too many buys. Now we're back to
full blown.
Back to real footy weekends. All right, off the bat, we have Bulldogs versus North. Now, do we have to talk about this one?
We don't really have to talk
Don't want
about
to
it.
Don't want to talk about it. If
Don't
it's a
have
shit
to
game,
talk
don't want
about
to
it.
talk about it. What do you want to see? You want to see Bulldogs lose?
No, you want
Exactly.
you want them to win. So
Let's talk about the game that matters. All right, we have
Then
the Blues versus the Pies.
Here we
Now,
go.
this is the game that's going
Wow.
to either have the world talking about the Blues, how they got up and beat the Pies, we're sitting first,
yeah,
or it's going to be another graffiti on the wall. How do you think this game's going to go? Now,
I think
I think it might be closer
I
than we
think
think.
Bunnings are going to sell out of graffiti cans
And snags, because
and snags because they're all going there to buy cans.
it's okay. You think
That's what I'm thinking.
You're thinking what I'm thinking.
You've played in these games before. How
These
big
are
is it?
humongous
No,
games.
how big?
So I'd say Collingwood, Richmond, Essendon. That's probably the three, like
Yeah.
how it goes.
Yeah,
So Collingwood's the biggest game. We didn't have like the night, like we didn't have round one, opening round, whatever it was.
Yeah,
we have
yeah.
Richmond. Essendon's always a big game. Collingwood, like Carlton, Collingwood. That's if you think of any rivalries in the AFL, in Victoria especially, that's
Yeah.
the biggest rivalry.
it's big.
It's the biggest.
Yeah,
Like you turn up for that game.
it feels like
I would go watch that game.
it'd feel like for rugby fans a bit of a state of origin setup, wouldn't it?
It's that
But
within a city.
within a city.
Yeah, suburb origin.
Wow.
Suburb, mate. It like
So what we've got riding on it right now is Carlton are under the pump more than ever.
more than ever.
More than ever.
Players aren't the coaches
Collingwood are 10 points clear on the ladder. So
Crazy.
they're flying.
flying.
They wouldn't want to drop a game.
They wouldn't care. They got no pressure.
Like, what's...
If anything, it'll be a reset if they lose. Oh, let's
Yeah.
let's have a little week off.
I don't think they're going to lose.
No.
They don't look like it. They're not
part
going to
of-
lose, and especially in a rivalry game. I know you can take the ladder out of it
Yeah,
because there's a lot more emotion in it, but we're a Carlton. Like, they're just...
mate. Well, let's just say this: they haven't beaten them fucking at all in these past five. Past five,
Are we seeing
Prize one.
a flogging?
it's this is the fence I'm on. Carlton can turn up and show something, like just say, fuck, let's leave it all out there. Like, it would be great to surprise the Pies and beat them. Not going to happen, though. It's going to be 50 points, potentially, if they just rock up and think, fuck the coach.
There's only one possible way I can give Carlton this win.
You need the best to play the best.
And it's one guy.
Yeah, because,
nah.
what's his name? Kerno.
Kerno has to kick a bag.
Yeah.
There's no two way. He can't walk off the field with 1 or 2 goals.
They need 3 players to win this game. They need Cripps, who's busted up and battered and bruised and probably having 4 jabs this week alone. You need Walsh to pull his finger out his ass. He's meant to be like the future
Or
gun
is
of
he
the
even going to
competition.
be playing?
I don't know.
I don't think
He's
he
playing
is.
the weekend?
No.
Well, he's not playing then. Well, guess who's coming in after him? Who's the other player in there? Give me a name from Carlton in the midfield.
Well, there's like Hewitt.
I don't give a fuck about
There's
you.
like Chera.
No, don't care about those guys.
Well,
Well, shit. Doherty's going to have to do something from the back line.
Well, he was
Let's
all
just say Doherty in the back line is going to be hitting up Cripper. Cripper's going to be hitting up Kerno, and they win the game.
So I don't know if Wiedering's right at the moment.
Don't know.
There's signs
There's
over
so
that
many forwards for
Silvani, who's
Collingwood.
been good for him this year, is not going to play.
Yeah, they're fucked.
I'm telling you,
It's 50, 60 points in.
my only hope for Carlton to win this game is that Kerno has to kick 4+. 4+ is a minimum.
50 to 60 point loss. That's all it's going to be. Oh, fuck. That's how bad they are. They just break my mic stand. Yeah, I don't know. I just know they've got a hard run coming up. If they beat the Pies, it'd be the best thing in the world for them.
And does this hurt being Carlton? Like, does this one hurt more being a Carlton fan losing Collingwood?
Yeah, it's the worst.
It
I'm
wor-
telling you,
like
it's the
worst
worst
thing ever?
The weekend was bad. Port, bad.
Yeah.
Collingwood getting pumped. Like everyone knows. The worst
losing
the worst thing about this is like everyone who works in Melbourne, if you always know a Collingwood supporter you hate.
Yeah.
Like they always banter or
Yeah.
they'd be copying it all year, the Blues fans. Imagine going to work on Monday after being beaten by 60 points.
Yeah.
It's not good.
If they win this, Carlton, it's the biggest win of the season.
100%. I agree with that.
And I don't think there can be a bigger win unless you win a flag.
Holy shit, I've got to get going, bro.
Okay.
Lions at Port, let's be quick.
Yeah.
I've actually got to go 2:30. All right, Lions versus... See, all these other games, poo. Lions versus Port. What do you got going on? Now, Port are quietly sneaking up the ladder.
Yep.
Don't know where they're going to finish. Don't know anything about that. I know it's Hinkley's last year. That's all I know.
Brisbane have pumped in the last 2 times.
Yes, sir.
So Port would know that. Port would know that.
Second versus 10th.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one because Logan Morris is in some great form, but Port's defenders have been rock solid too. Radigalia, Alia. So
Georgiades on the other end, kicking bags.
Will Harris Andrews go to him? I don't think so. He doesn't really take those type of guys, but he will be there to support. So it'll be an interesting game. It's at the Gabba. It's going to be obviously tough for Port.
Yeah.
Brizzy coming off the bye as well.
And a good win against Geelong.
And a massive win against Geelong. So they'll be up and about. I was out dinner with the boys. They're feeling pretty confident. This, I mean, both teams would love this.
It was...
Both teams would really love this.
I think Brizzy definitely need to win this, obviously.
Huge.
They need it for the top 4. But Port, if they get this win, they just could sneak in. You just don't know.
Yeah.
That's confidence. Man, my boy Butters, love him. Killing it.
So it's one to watch, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So
All right, let's get to the next one. It is, I reckon, the probably most intriguing game of the round.
yeah, it's probably the biggest. Take the Collingwood Carlton out of it.
Yeah.
It's actually probably the biggest.
Yeah, we got Sydney Swans versus Fremantle Sunday, the 6th of July at the SCG. Sydney was so close.
So close.
Where are they playing?
They were playing at the SCG.
So a lot of talk around that.
They've got some players back.
Fremantle, hey, the coach, he wasn't happy with the ground, so we'll see what happens with that. But, mate.
They're going on for a 7-game winning streak, Freo.
And they're going to continue it, I reckon.
I think they're going to get this one done. So Sydney got them earlier in the year.
Yeah.
But now, back end, they've found their form. They've still got guys to come back in.
Sydney won by 3 points, bro. So,
Yeah.
that's a close game. And Fremantle sucked ass in the start of the year. Now they're finding the straps.
But Sydney have players back. They've got Papley back. They've got Errol back.
Last 2 tips, my guy. Now I want quick because I've got to go get to a psych meeting. All right, we have North versus Bulldogs Thursday night.
Bulldogs.
Yeah, Bulldogs to me. Friday is the Blues versus Collingwood at the MCG.
Yeah, Collingwood.
Yeah, Collingwood by a country mile.
Yep.
And guess what? There's another game on that night. It is Eagles versus GWS.
No one will be watching that, but the
Nobody.
Giants. No one will be watching it.
It's 8:20 my time. Yep, Giants by, I'm going to say 35 points. All right, Saturday we are kick-started with Essendon versus Gold Coast. So this could be closer than we think.
Yeah, but the Gold Coast look too strong.
Since the Blues suck, I haven't seen shit about the Bombers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Suns. They're my guys at the moment. They're doing me happy. All right, we have Geelong versus Richmond. Going to be absolute.
Geelong by plenty. Like
I'm gonna say
it could
100.
be. Yeah, it could be 100. No Lynch.
No Lynch.
100. I'm gonna go. Let's go. Chuck the first 100 on.
Yeah, I'm going to chuck 100 on. Okay,
Yeah.
you're going to see it here. I'm going to chuck $100 on a 100-point win.
Yeah, let's do it.
50 each.
50 each.
Boom. All right, we got Lions on Port versus Port. It is Saturday night game. Who you got? Yeah,
Lions.
Lions
At the
there.
Gabba.
I reckon. Hopefully it's close.
Especially after that Geelong win.
Hopefully
Very
it's close.
convincing.
They'll start shit. They'll come back hard second half and dominate.
Yeah.
All right, Saints versus Hawthorn. This is a Marvel Stadium. Ooh. This is a tough one.
Hawks.
Yeah, Hawks because Saints sucked on the weekend. All right, Swans versus Freo on Sunday at the SCG.
Sydney.
I'm going Freo. Yeah, I feel like.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go Freo.
Freo?
Freo.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah. Freo.
All right, Crows versus Demons that ran out the round at Adelaide Oval Sunday 3:15.
Adelaide.
All right, there are our quick tips. I'm going to do some homework and see where our tips are at.
Yep.
Because I don't know what's going on. I've been busy doing shit. You have been doing gym and other things, but I think you've been in front. Just like gut feel.
Just a couple. I know for sure. Yeah. So, to all our listeners, thank you very much for tuning in, and to our guy, our major sponsor, Joey Fortune. Thank you for looking after us. We love you a lot. You're the reason why we're here.
Yeah.
So to our listeners, we're about to ramp up. The season is ramping up. Next week's going to be crazy. We've got a great guest on the podcast in Logan Morris.
Yes, we do.
There is going to be some good stuff come out. So thank you for your support. Thank you for listening. We'll be here to ride the wave for the rest of the season.
That was a really good outro. All right.